Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sixth Ring pregame show. I'm Jazz Santana, host, joined here by Danny Gillette, Paul Austria, and David Eversole. And apparently, here we go, my man, Blue. What's going on, Blue?
I'm here. I'm
All
here.
right, we got him
I'm
on.
not
Awesome.
there where I should be. I'm very upset that I didn't make it down to the game. But I'm an idiot and I lost my parking pass thing. So
I think they would have let you in anyways because they didn't even check my parking pass, so I think you would have been fine. I just told them, hey, I'm with the
yeah.
media. They're like, all right, go over there. I'm like, all right, cool. So it
Oh
was all
well.
good, man. How
But
you how
but
you how
I'm
you
all
fellas
right for the
doing?
next night. I'm all right for the next home game. So here
Good.
I am anyway.
Well, listen, it seems like there's going to be a little bit of a delay, anyways, because we had some lightning in the area, so they sent the guys back, but they all came out already and started loosening up and warming up, so they're getting ready to go. I don't think there's going to be much of a delay, but it seems like everybody's getting ready to go, so that's good. Been kind of a crazy college football day today. I know there's a lot of things going on, more football games, more games, which is great. And I was on earlier with Manny Chang and Kai Chisholm on their Florida Gators post game and talking to them. And hey, listen, a lot of offenses seem to be like they're rolling a little bit. Um, so it looks like they're a little bit ahead of schedule over the defenses. So maybe what happened last week wasn't really a big deal with our defense. I think like Jock had mentioned, a lot of quick plays for the Canes kind of had the defense back out there playing, so and they were tired. So that could have been a big thing. What do you guys want to, I guess we can go down the line here with Danny Gillette. We'll start with you on what your keys are for this game. I know some of the guys are back, like Jeremiah Payton and Larry Hodges. Seems to like they are going to be back for the game also. What do you guys see? Danny, talk to me first on your keys to the game.
My biggest key to the game is to just play with control. Play relaxed and smart. Play with effort, but don't commit any stupid penalties. Don't let the emotions of the rivalry game get to you. Play smart, play confident, and hold on to the football. Those are my big keys tonight because even though FSU may not be the best FSU team we've seen, they still know that this is a rivalry game and they're still going to come ready to play. So as long as Miami doesn't make mistakes and keeps keeps control of the pace of the game, I think they should be able to have success tonight for sure.
Hey, and before we get going, your shirt reminded me, Danny, representing over there five reasonsports.com. You can get that T-shirt right there. It's a nice Canes shirt that we have. Some great Canes apparel. Nice. It looks like Paul has one on also, so that's awesome. Uh,
Wow.
but, but don't forget, right now.
And
Oh,
David. Okay,
Dave
David.
too.
And then
Jeez, man, look at that. We got to get Blue one. What's going on, Blue?
Well,
You need a
Yeah. No,
shirt,
I
dude.
just got my old orange shirt in here.
All right, we'll take that. We'll take
We need to
it.
call Ethan real quick about that.
Actually, before we continue moving forward, Paul, talk to him about the giveaway we're doing on Twitter, and why don't we might as well do the giveaway here as well.
Okay, so guys, luckily the game has been delayed for a bit, so you guys still have time. So I am currently taking over the Biscayne Bay Brew account, and they're a brewery that was originally based in Doral. They closed, and they're planning to open a new location in downtown. But basically, the contest is you have to tag 5 Reasons Sports, 5 Reasons Canes, and Biscayne Bay Brew. Send us your prediction on who's gonna win and your score prediction. And whoever gets it right or is the closest will win a 6 pack of Biscayne Bay Brewery's Tropical Bay IPA.
And I know
Um,
Blue. I know that you do a lot with Biscayne Bay Brewing as well. So you know
Yeah.
that tropical Bay IPA is a pretty darn good beer.
Let me tell you something. I probably have had them all. It's what a it's an awesome product. I'll tell you what. Alex Dono and I try to outdrink each other, so we see what happens. But I'll tell you what. And you
Lord.
know what? I'll tell you, Paul. They're great people too, and they follow all the shows. They love everybody on our network, so that's a great thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
awesome. Make sure
absolutely.
they tweet
Yes.
and tag all of us and give us a prediction. And you'll get that 6 pack of beer. Getting back to the Kings game, Dave, talk to me about what your keys to the game are.
I'm looking at how Miami's going to match up on the outside with Blades and Ivy versus the big FSU receivers. Both Thompson and Terry are over 6'3" and 6'4", respectively. So they're going to have some issues on the outside if there's some jump balls and Blackman can hit a couple throws early and get some confidence. We don't want to see that. I think Miami needs to take away any big plays on the outside early and focus on stopping the run and just sort of ease into the game as far as the offense goes. Start with the running game. The weather's going to be a sloppy track. I think Miami wants to maybe dial it a little bit with more of a ground game early and just kind of take control of the tempo and then just sort of with the delay, if there's any kind of delay in the start, I want to make sure they come out with the same intensity. So just seeing how both teams kind of come out of the locker room in the first 5 to 10 minutes is going to be key for me, what the energy level is going to be like. If it's bad weather out there, I think both teams are going to kind of maybe adjust their game plans to accommodate that. I'm also looking for Miami to really come after Blackman on the defense early. I think that's going to set the tone. If we can get him to make a couple of mistakes and grab a hold of it early, I think it's going to be a long night for Florida State.
Well, the good news is that it hasn't started raining here yet, so it looks like it's still clear as far as rain, so not wet right now. Just finished warming up, so they went back into the locker room now. But so hopefully it stays that way and it doesn't get too sloppy out here. But I think if that happens, I think Miami still has an advantage in the running game. Larry, what are your keys to the game?
Well, first of all, because it might be wet later. No turnovers. I mean, because if you give FSU an opportunity to play with you, and such as FSU did many years ago when they came in number 1 to the Orange Bowl and were a 13.5 point favorite over Miami and ended up losing 31-0 because they kept Miami in the game all the way with mistakes and turnovers. And that's one thing Miami cannot make FSU do. And from the beginning, they got to punch them in the mouth, because if you don't, they're going to think they can play with you, and they will, and they'll tag along for 3 quarters, because they got to, I look down their roster and they got kids. They don't have enough of them to, contend and maybe win some huge games, but they got kids. So, they can play. So to me, that's one thing. No turnovers. Secondly, get do what you did last week. You know what? Because we came on here before the UAB or after the UAB game, we were talking, and all that was being said was, "Oh, Miami didn't show anything. Miami didn't show anything," because Jazz and I were yelling back and forth in the first game about, hey, how come they're not using a tight end? And and Paul the same way. We were wondering. So we found that out last week. So I think you're going to see a lot more the combination of the first game and the second game tonight. And from defense, and I agree with you, they got to get after Blackman. Make them feel uncomfortable. Don't give that offensive line with some experience coming back, anything to think about. So I think the keys of the game: don't turn over the ball, play sound on both sides of the ball. Play your game. Don't adjust to FSU, because heaven knows that. Why should you?
Well, I think if you do that, then you're definitely going to play down a little bit, and you can't do that. You got to come out firing on all cylinders like we did last week against Louisville. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. If we come out flat, they're going to keep a Florida State team who has a couple players, like you said, Larry, keep them in the game, and they're going to score some points. So you definitely got to, kind of come out firing on all cylinders. Paul, I know, we were talking about this also, how important it's going to be to get the wide receivers more involved as well. I think this is an opportunity for them to start making some plays. What are your keys to the game, and how can you see them getting involved?
I agree a lot with Danny on this. I think, especially at the start of the game, these guys are going to be riled up. They're going to just want to go all out. And I think they got to play it smart. They've been doing a really good job of keeping the turnovers to a minimum in the first 2 games. As long as they keep that, as long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot, I think they'll be fine. I think they just gotta see what FSU gives them throughout the game. They just gotta make sure they play calm, well, not calm, but very smart football. And also, 2 things I wanted to bring up as I'm seeing on my timeline. Miami made a change, or at least they're warming up with their first team offensive line right now this week, and Zion Nelson is on the first team instead of John Campbell.
Yeah, just saw that as well. That was interesting.
And also, FSU safety Hamza Nasruddin is not dressed for the game. He is there, but he is not in uniform. So that
wow,
definitely
that's going
works
to be a
out
big
fine.
blow for their secondary. Absolutely, big blow.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how Nelson does. Nelson's only played 3 snaps this year so far, and I'm sure with added weight he's definitely better. But that's just kind of a wait and see thing. But yeah, I think just Miami just needs to play Miami football. I think I have full confidence in Rhett Lashley. I think he'll definitely see what FSU gives him all the looks, and just protect the ball. And honestly, they'll be fine. They just got to make sure they don't give away freebies like that.
Star Spangled Center. I gotta give you guys a break. Go ahead and talk.
But yeah,
I think on the
so-
line, offensive line is going to be key early with Nelson's coming in. I think they got to find the continuity with that group. And I think somebody hasn't been talked about enough on the offensive line is right tackle Jared Williams, the other big transfer from Houston. He's a 6-year senior. I think with him and King together for that amount of time, I think that's helped King get a little bit more of a comfort level within the offense. And I think it's going to be a big key to them going forward is having real stability in the offensive line, which is something we haven't been able to say for a long time. What do you guys think about the play in the trenches with these two teams, Danny? What do you see happening with the FSU defensive front against Miami's offensive line?
I think they're going to give Miami a challenge. I think De'Aaron King is going to have to get off some passes quickly because although the FSU defensive line isn't the best in the country, they still have athletes. And I think, it kind of may work against Miami because last week we saw a couple of drives offensively where the offense scored quickly and then the defense was back out on the field in what seemed like 5 seconds. So I'll be interested to see how the play of the offense and how well the line blocks translates to what happens on the defensive end.
By the way, I don't think you've ever seen that happen in a pregame show. Someone stand up for a national anthem.
That was good, very
All right, that's what we
patriotic.
do. We're all about
real
first here,
time.
all right. On the
Well, as
6th,
long as
we're
you
all
didn't
real
take a
time,
knee,
baby.
we're fine,
No,
So-
I'm not doing any of that. I'm too old to be taking knees anyways, man. By the
You
way,
may not get back up.
exactly. By the way, there's every
Take
bit
a
of,
knee and lose a back.
not worth it, man. Not worth it. By the way, there's every bit of 13,000 people here tonight. Now, obviously, we all knew that was going to happen with FSU in Miami. So, crowd is here. Everybody's out, getting ready to go. So, this
What's
is
the
pretty neat.
countdown looking like?
What's the what?
Is there a countdown for kickoff?
Yeah. I think we're going to get going in about 3 minutes. In about 3 minutes. So, looks like it's going to be on time. So that's good.
Nice.
So maybe we'll let you go here. Final predictions on the score, fellas. Final prediction.
35-13 Miami.
28-17 Miami.
Dave.
27-10 Miami. I think.
I was going around the horn.
covered the
Paul.
spread.
What is it?
27-10
27-10.
Miami. They cover the spread for sure.
Dave, what do you got?
I got Miami 31-20.
You know what? I'm going to stick with mine, 35-20. I'm going to stick with it. We'll see what happens, but it should be fun. We'll see you guys in the post game. Manny Chang, thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. And we'll be back soon. Go Canes. See you guys.
Okay.